Cake Prague is a beautiful cake that we can try with condensed milk and cocoa. For this recipe I'm using 230 grams self-raising flour with half a can condensed milk, 1.5 tablespoons or 30 grams cocoa powder. You can always add more or add less. 200 grams sour cream, a pinch of bicarbonate of soda, 100 grams sugar. You can always add extra sugar in this recipe. I'm adding less because condensed milk contains sugar too. 3 eggs. So let's start. Into a mixing bowl, add the sugar. Into that add half a can of condensed milk. It's about 200 grams. Into that add the sour cream and start mixing. While mixing, add eggs one by one. And now on high speed. After, on a low speed, add the cocoa powder. Increase the speed bit by bit. Now reduce the speed and add the flour bit by bit. Into that add a pinch of bicarbonate of soda or whatever come to the tip of the knife, just a little bit. While doing it, don't forget to scrape down the ends. And it's ready. And I'm going to use two 20 centimeter cake pans. You can do it in one higher pan, but it takes longer. So it's best to use two pans, or you can do one at a time. I have the same size 20 centimeter cake pans. Going to pour the batter half and bake on 180 Celsius until a skewer inserted comes out clean. So the two cakes are ready and I left to cool down completely, and let's do the next step. So cut the top of the cake a little bit to balance. And take that part out. And this one too. Cut each cake into two parts. So now leave it aside, and next, so mark again halfway through. So there are 4. To do the next step, into 1.5 tablespoons water, add some honey, about a tablespoon honey, and put it in the microwave and melt it. If not, you can use hot water and honey. After, using a brush the hot honey syrup. This way it stops drying. To do the next step, add the butter into a mixing bowl. Whisk the butter about 2-3 minutes. I am using 150 grams butter with about a teaspoonful cocoa powder. Don't forget to scrape down the ends. Now, while whisking on a medium-high speed, add the rest of the condensed milk. While doing it, scrape down the ends. Now take the tray or the plate that you are going to serve the cake and put one piece on. Now get a spoonful of the cream that you made with condensed milk and spread it all over. And then put the next one and the cream. And the next. Now the rest of the cream. And put the next one on top. So all the leftover cream spread around the cake, leaving the top without. Next, do the next step of the recipe, and I'm using 65 milliliters milk, and I added a tablespoon plain flour into 2 tablespoons of water and dissolved that in this cup, and 50 grams sugar, 100 grams dark chocolate chips. If you are using the light chocolate chips, you might need to add about a tablespoon of cocoa powder into it, and 60 grams butter. So the first step is add the butter into the milk and the chocolate chips and the sugar, and put the pan on the stove and keep on stirring until the butter, chocolate and the sugar dissolves. And make sure to do it on a very low heat. As you can see, the butter and the chocolate and the sugar already dissolved. Now take the starch that you dissolved and slowly add that in. Don't add at once. See the thickness while stirring. Don't let it thicken a lot. Just we need a texture to cover the cake. I think we need a little bit more. So this is the consistency. So cool down a little bit, about a minute. While stirring, let it cool. Once you think it is the right consistency, pour it onto the cake. You can add a little bit more to go to the sides too. So the chocolate cake is ready. Let's sprinkle some icing sugar on top. Let's cut. Look at the beautiful cake. Actually, this cake is really good to keep longer time, and not only that, you can make this as a birthday cake too, and it's really nice with condensed milk. Hope you will make this and leave me a comment. See you next time.